The entire stock market is absolutely on fire. S&P 500 is up 1.5%. Dow Jones is up 1.12%. And of course, the NASDAQ, baby, is leading the charge with 2.28%. But in reality, nobody gives a freaking flying fizzle what the NASDAQ is doing, neither the S&P and neither the Dow Jones. What we really care about is our core stocks and our core positions. And on this channel, the core positions are going to be, of course, the big daddy papa, Palantir, Nvidia, Unity, Tesla. Those are my four main core stocks that I personally must have in my portfolio, and I think that every single portfolio should have if you're in the tech growth sector. Of course, this video is going to be about Palantir because that's the big daddy of them all, and that's the one that's going to make me a nice 8-figure payday in the future. Palantir currently is up 3.88% for the day. It was almost up 5% at one point, and the current price of Palantir is $10.18. This looks great. The question is it going to go lower? Is it going to go higher? And the answer is nobody actually knows. There are a couple of catalysts that happened earlier today as the unemployment numbers are going up and the highest they've been in the last 6 months. Now, when it's going up, it's not a dramatic up, but it is still going up. And the price of gasoline is going down. The price of oil is going down as well. Nothing crazy dramatic, but it is going down. Tomorrow we'll have the unemployment numbers. Next week we'll have the CPI data. The following week we'll have the Consumer Sentiment Index. Then we'll be followed by FOMC meeting, Federal Open Market Committee meeting, and then we're going to have the GDP numbers. I will be filming FOMC on this channel. I will be filming the CPI on this channel, and I will be filming the GDP on this channel all live. So make sure that you don't miss it. I can tell you this. You don't know when the bottom is. You don't know when the top is. I honestly think that we're at the second half of the bottom. So I believe that we're at the bottom-ish. I don't know how the inflation is going to come out in this next report. I don't know how the jobs report is going to come out, but I do know that an average modern day recession takes about 10 months to clear up. Currently, we have 6 months of this recession. So I presume that the second half of this year, which we're in right now, is going to be the end of this recession, and 2023 in general is going to be a great year. I can't time it, and I don't know if I'm right. None of this financial advice. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. And if you like this type of information, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments down below. And in return for you subscribing, I will respond to your comment and give you a big shout out and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I don't know when everything goes up. You could only have a thesis and a hypothesis, and hopefully things work out for you, but you must put a line in the sand. A lot of people are rushing to buy stocks when they're so high. When the stocks drop, people get greedy and they say, hey, I'm going to wait until it goes lower, but you just never know when the low stops. You don't know when that point comes. I do think that the worst times are behind us. I do think that it could still get worse. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it will not get worse. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we are getting to the second part of the bad, which means eventually we will be getting a recovery. I honestly do think that we have another 4 to 10 months, and then the market starts recovering. Now, the recovering, that's a whole different video, whole different ball game that you guys can talk about, and you never know how long that recovery is going to take, because recoveries take a lot longer than the actual switch from a bear market to a bull market. But since we're talking about Palantir, let's talk about Palantir. But remember, I am buying stocks every single day with a nice amount of money on the sidelines that I will deploy in this next quarter and the quarter after that. Guys, there's an amazing Twitter group. There's an amazing Palantir support group on Twitter. Shout out to Raichi. His Twitter is at RACCHIKABU. Definitely follow him. This guy gives us so much information before it comes out in the media. And he puts out this article today. This article was Technology Review. And the article says, why business is booming for military AI startups. The invasion of Ukraine has prompted militaries to update their arsenals, and Silicon Valley stands to capitalize. Exactly 2 weeks after Russia invaded Ukraine in February, Alex Karp, the CEO of data analytics company Palantir, made his pitch to the European leaders. With war on their doorsteps, Europeans ought to modernize their arsenals with Silicon Valley's help, he argued in an open letter. I covered that open letter on this channel. A lot of people made fun of it. A lot of people are like, oh, that doesn't really mean anything. But look at the way this war is playing out. Look at the way the economy is playing out. Look at the way the entire globe is playing out. This very delicate game of chess, as we call it, of world domination or world defense, whichever way you want to play this. For Europe to remain strong enough to defeat the threat of foreign occupation, Karp wrote, countries need to embrace the relationships between technology, the state, between disruptive companies, and seek to dislodge the grip of entrenched contractors and the federal government ministries with funding. Militaries are responding to call. NATO announced on June 30th that it is creating a $1 billion innovation fund that will invest in early-stage startups and venture capitalist funds developing priority technologies such as artificial intelligence, big data processing, and automation. Since the war started, the UK has launched a new AI strategy specifically for defense, and the Germans have earmarked just under $500 million for research in artificial intelligence within a $100 billion cash injection to the military. And I quote, "War is a catalyst for change," say Kenneth Payne, who leads defensive studies research at King's College London and is the author of the book, The Dawn of Artificially Intelligent Conflict. The article goes on to say why AIs. Companies that sell military AI make expansive claims for what their technology can do. They say it can help with everything from the mundane to the lethal, from screening resumes to processing data from satellites or recognizing patterns in data to help soldiers make quicker decisions on the battlefield. Very, very interesting. Recognizing pattern in data to help soldiers make quicker decisions on the battlefield. Image recognition software can help with identifying targets. Autonomous drones can be used for surveillance or attacks on land, air, or water, or to help soldiers deliver supplies more safely than possible by land. Guys, I read you an article. It came out in the Southern China News. I believe that's the name of the article. I have a video on it where a Chinese professor in like a military college, military university says that one of the reasons why Ukraine was able to fight off Russia for so long is because they have a third-party company. They didn't mention what the third-party company is. I believe that is Palantir, that's giving AI data analytics that they can use for their drone strikes. And this is one of the reasons why Ukraine, that does not have any navy whatsoever, uses Turkish drones to knock down the Russian Navy. They literally knocked down their like A++ premium war destroyer, their #1 ship. It's sick. I think they already took down 5 ships, if I'm not mistaken. At the very least, I know it's 2. I believe it's 5. In a vaguely worded press release in 2021, the British Army proudly announced it had used AI in military operations for the first time to provide information on the surrounding environment and terrain. The US is working with startups to develop autonomous military vehicles. In the future, swarms of hundreds or even thousands of autonomous drones that the US and the British militaries are developing could prove to be powerful and lethal weapons. Now, earlier today, I was listening to Boris Johnson. He's the ex-Prime Minister of England, and he resigned as the Prime Minister of England. If you guys want to know more about why he resigned or what's going on, maybe you guys don't follow it, I'll be happy to make a video on that. One of the things that he said in his closing speech was talking about technology, moving forward with technology, and the need for technology in the military. As a matter of fact, let me play you the little clip about what he said and tell me if this does not somehow play into what Palantir is currently doing in Europe.
Getting us all through the pandemic, delivering the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, the fastest exit from lockdown, and in the last few months, leading the West in standing up to Putin's aggression in Ukraine. And let me say now to the people of Ukraine that I know that we in the UK will continue to back your fight for freedom for as long as it takes. And at the same time, in this country, we've been pushing forward a vast program of investment in infrastructure and skills and technology, the biggest in a century. Because if I have one insight into human beings, it is that genius and talent and enthusiasm and imagination are evenly distributed throughout the population, but opportunity is not. And that's why we must keep leveling up, keep unleashing the potential of every part of the United Kingdom. And if we...
First of all, he talks about the vaccine rollout. And although this was going to be a military video for Palantir, this 100% does correlate to Palantir. As we know, Palantir absolutely was the reason for such a great vaccine rollout, PPP rollout, not just in the UK, but also in the United States that we know of. There's probably other countries that Palantir was involved in. And as you know, NHS gave Palantir a follow-up contract. And right now, Palantir is bidding on a massive 300 million to 1 billion pound contract with the NHS England. But as you can see, Boris Johnson is talking about technology moving forward and leveling up, and leveling up to bring a even playing field for the entire UK. It's evident that countries, America and her allies, are trying to, as Boris Johnson said, level up. There's only a handful of companies that can help you level up. And I'm not going to be so naive to say Palantir is the only company that can help with these type of leveling up for technology. It's not. But it most certainly will get a handsome share of any money that is procured and used for AI data analytics, be it in government or be it in regular government or military government. And not just in the UK, but across Europe, the European Union, NATO, and then it's going to follow suit in many other allied countries, probably Asia, Japan, Taiwan, and we know that they're already working with Palantir. It's just going to expand, expand, expand. I was talking to Ether Squared the other day. Shout out to him. Also, fantastic Twitter personality. Gives us so much information, so many opportunities for me to make videos. Thank you to him as well. And we were talking about the total addressable market. The total addressable market of Gotham is like this. The total addressable market of Foundry is like this. And the total addressable market of Apollo is like this. The capabilities of Palantir is never ending. It will keep growing as technology needs keeps growing. And as the need to develop new products keeps going, Palantir is going to have to innovate, innovate, innovate. And don't worry for all the imitators who are trying to compete through imitation. That's okay. We all heard what the Snowflake CEO was talking about, and he literally described Snowflake is going to try to do what Palantir already does. The problem is it's going to take you 5 to 10 years to develop a platform like Palantir. By then, Palantir is going to be light years ahead of you because they're developing more and more and more. Guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.